Welcome guys back to another league racing video here at Silverstone. It's in the full wet conditions. We're on the intermediate tyres because our first lap on the full wets put us in last place by about 2 seconds. So we've got a lot of time to gain on these next few laps. Even with a bit of a wobble, we are gaining nearly a second through the first 5 corners. Even actually over a second in the first 5 corners as we go down onto this straight, I believe the Hamilton straight. But currently guys, we are in P1 in the standings. We have a 22-point lead over Sync, I think. So we have got a lot to do. Well, we've got to try keep our margin as much as we can. We don't want to be losing points to the cars behind. We've had a good couple of races. Our previous 2 races we have ended up winning, so we've got to try do that again here at Silverstone in this very treacherous session. You can see the amount of understeer we're having through the high speed Becketts and now through Chapel. Getting nicely on the throttle. We've still got a lot of battery to play with. Purple middle sector, so we're on for a good lap here. We're up to 3-4 seconds going into Stowe, where we go a little bit wide and have a big snap on the exit, which just loses us a little bit of time, but we're still improving a lot through the final few corners. Through Club Corner we now go, getting on the throttle as quickly as we can, don't have too big of a slide, and yeah, 138, which is, yeah, we're going to be able to improve on our next lap. It was pole and now it's in P9 that we are, and yeah, we're up another second. Purple first sector. As we go through Cops, we go wide, so we've got to back out a little bit to not get an invalidation, which has lost us about 2 tenths. And still understeering through Maggots and Becketts, and now through Chapel we go. We're gaining lots of time. We have a good exit of through Chapel and onto the hangar straight we go. Going into Stowe, there's a bunch of cars there which put us off very slightly, which is also gonna compromise our run through here. We lost a lot going on the exit, but on the entry, and more cars still as we're going through the final few corners. They managed to get just out of the way, but we are gonna come across the line for a nearly 2-second improvement, and we do have enough battery, and we cross the line with enough time to be able to go again. So that is what we're going to do here. We're going through first 2 corners somewhat flat, and through here, even with a big slide, we are down 1/10 actually going through the first 5 corners, and yeah, not particularly good exit either, so down 1.5 tenths going onto the Hamilton straight. Qualifying session has ended. We're still in provisional pole. We hope that the Haas in front isn't going too slowly to cost us loads of time, but we're not having brilliant few sectors here. We're down quite a lot by 2 tenths as we're going up onto Cops. We're getting a lot of dirty air through here, so we've got to do the best we can. Going through Cops, we take a bit more cautiously this time. We stay in track limits, and we're going to be in the green as there is a new fastest lap, which you got to try build up. Yeah, we're in the green, going through Chapel now. We're still very slightly in the green. We get a good exit, and yeah, we're in the green, but we are very close to the house in front, which is going to be giving us lots of dirty air. Purple middle sector we go. We don't have much battery left either, but we're up 2 tenths nearly going through Stowe, but we're right behind the house now, and we got to just try keep going. But we're getting put off a lot by the house, who's been going very slowly. He goes very wide through there, and we're going to drift over the line for a 10th and a bit improvement. It's very close to the Sauber, but in the end it's P5, which isn't great, but it's still quite close margins. And into the race we go, mediums all the way, so it's going to be starting on the medium tyres. It's lights out, away we go. We get a very good start compared to the Williams, and yeah, we're already past them on the outside of Wisbon here. We're getting hit a bit by the Williams, and we're going to go for it down the inside on Wisbon. We break a little bit late and tap him a little bit, and that has sent him spinning, and they're going to get bumped off the track nearly here, which allows the Alpine to get in front. But virtual safety car deployed, very sorry to Wisbon. That's definitely my fault. We do get a penalty, but the Williams is trying to overtake us on the virtual safety car, which wasn't very happy about. But it's going to be virtual safety car's going to end, and we're going to be right on the back of the Alpine. We're running very low wings compared to pretty much everyone else, which hurts us through Maggots and Beckett's. But it's going to be good through the run up to Stowe. Williams and the Mercedes are fighting behind, but we can't quite catch up to Kocher in front, and we're going to have to go on the attack again because we've lost nearly 3 seconds to first and second place. So on the battery, on using DRS, we're going to gain a lot, but is it going to be enough? We go to the inside, we back out of it at the last moment, as we're not going to quite be able to get past, and not going to be able to get past on the inside. And the next lap again, we're going to catch up a bit later, but not quite able to do it. We're still losing lots of time, 3 seconds, just over 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds now behind second place. As we go on to the end of lap 5, we've got a lot of battery this time and DRS, and we're going to be side by side going into Stowe. And yeah, we judged the braking perfectly, and we do get in front, and he's not going to be able to overtake us through there, as the kick Sauber's going to go into the pits, which is very early. He's going to do some huge tyre saving. I was going to have to do some huge tyre saving because we're pitting, going to aim for lap 11, which we do manage to get. Most people pit now, so we've got quite a lot of time to play with, or lots of tyres we'll have at the end. But you see, the person in third is on the mediums, which is very interesting. So they are going for the 2-stop because they've gone medium so far. But we're going to come out on the track in P5, just about behind the Alpine. And we're going to stay behind here. There's not much point fighting it. We hit the sausage curb slightly, but we do set up this exit very well. And we're going to be on the battery, and we've got DRS as well. So we're going to try get past. It would be great for our race if we can get past. Based off of last time, we managed to brake just about late enough down the inside and to be able to stay in front. And now we're going to be able to stay in front, which was very good, very good. And you see now in the mini map, Bradders is into the pits, so we've got to push to try to get in front of him. So we're going to wonder where we're going to come out. He was about 3 seconds in front of us a lap ago, but now he is going to come out just side by side with us. Actually, we're going to back off. We're going to get DRS. We're going to let him stay in front through these 2 corners, and we're going to focus on the exit. A little nudge, but nothing huge. And we're going to get a good exit. We're going to have a lot of battery and have DRS as well. We're going to be able to go for the move. Going to go to the inside, same as last lap, braking just at the 50 meters, and we managed to cover off the switchback just about as well, which is going to be great for our race because we can dictate the pace much more, even though we still need to catch up to Patuka in front of us. So we're going to try keeping in front of him here. We don't have much battery, but we do manage to keep in front of him, as the guy in first retires after that, trying that 2-stop strategy, which has clearly not worked for him, as he would have had that extra pit stop. But we're not going to have to do much tyre saving, which leads us to catch up to the Mercedes very quickly. He runs a bit wide there, but I assume he's tyre saving a lot, because we pitted 2-3 laps later, and we've gained loads just by being able to push. My pace, I felt I had good pace here. And we're going to be under pressure from Bradders here. He's going to go for the moves, which is going to lead us to go for a move. We tried to brake early to get the DRS, which we will, as it's 3 wide here. We're going to go to the outside to leave space. We get a good exit, and leaving space on the inside. We're ahead before we even got or needed the DRS. But Bradders is going to go for the move now on the Mercedes, which he does. If the Mercedes would have fought that would have been brilliant. We could have got a second gap, and yeah, sadly not to be. But coming on lap 16 here, We don't have loads of battery. We've had a terrible run, very slightly go off the track, but that's going to be a terrible run. So we're not going to be able to fight with Bladders too much here. So we end up letting him pass, but yeah, we got to keep in front of the Mercedes. And on lap 22, we managed to keep with him a lot. But yeah, looking at the bottom right, our tyre warning icon has come up, which means we're over 60% wear. So it's about 5% a lap. So if you do the maths, it'll be very tight going on to the final lap, because puncture range is at 80%. So we do back off. We've got to try save the tyres as much as we can. So you see on 69% on the end of lap 24.2, and a little bit of laps to go, which should be about at 10% wear. But we're really going slowly here. Onto the final lap we go now. We've got Jay just behind us, 74%. So we should be fine if it's 5% a lap to push, but we're gonna play it fairly safe. We're not gonna push too much because we don't want to get a puncture and lose this provisional second place. But you never know. But so we've got a 1.5 second gap, and using all our battery here because we need to stay in front as much as we can. Just keeping it clean. We don't want to get any warnings. I think I've had one warning so far, but yeah, really nursing these tyres, trying not to oversteer too much. 76% wear now, going into Cops, going into Stowe now. We're very tight. It's 78%, which will be fine for us to cross the line, even a mini slide. But we're going to come across. We're going to be in front of Jay by about 2 seconds, which is good, and come across the line with a 5-second gap to the 4th place drivers. So we will be 3rd with our 5-second penalty, which we sadly get from that turn 1 incident. But thank you guys so much for watching. And there's no more PSGL until the 5th of January.
Sorry, Wisburn, I'm very sorry.
Christmas break now. So
sorry.
yeah, see you then, and see you for Mexico.